This is gonna be an interesting semester. There's lots to get ready for. The studio appears to be in working order at the moment. That's good news. Hi, YouTube family. Hello. How's everyone doing? My name is Tanya.
And my name is Manushak.
Thanks for joining us on our channel, and stay with us to find out at the end what animals Tanya wants to get this spring. Her kids will have a fit, but we'll see.
You again gave an idea to my husband.
I asked you for permission before I asked him this time, though.
And my husband last night already told to me that he's getting it. I said, please wait at least until spring.
That's my whole thing. I'm waiting till the spring to get rid of the snow, the mud, and start in the fresh.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a mess.
Madness mess.
I've not heard that term before.
I made it up.
She makes all kinds of interesting things.
I'm going to tell about that in the end to our friends, the story of that madness mess, why I'm saying that.
I start teaching this week. My spring semester starts this week for college. We had already meetings last week with protocols, so I'll be curious to hear your hospital perspective on COVID. But this is the first semester that I've had anxiety before with COVID because it was uncertain, right? Nobody knew, and we had to convert from face-to-face to virtual, even for teachers that weren't prepared for that. I have done that before, so that was okay. But it's literally going to be a day-by-day uncertainty. There's all these different rules that if you have 2 or more cases in the classroom, your class has to go virtual for, I think it's a week. There's a whole sanitizing protocol. Where now, before we had to wear masks. They could be surgical masks or cloth masks. Now we have to wear N95 masks, which are a lot thicker. I understand the logic. It's just hard to teach and talk a lot when you have such a thick mask on. But the medical world has been wearing these for 2 years now, so.
I want to say to that, until this mask business, I never thought that a lot of people not hearing us, they are reading our lips.
Why? As a teacher, I know, because I read my students' lips.
Yes.
And if I can't see, half the time I don't know what they're saying.
And lots of times people don't understand each other.
Yeah.
And it's so hard because I'm a nurse and I go to patient room when we have a COVID patient with N95 geared up. And I was thinking that because I have an accent, that's why patients constantly asking. And then when I start talking with people who born and raised here, Wisconsinized people don't understand each other with N95. That's what I'm trying to say.
Funny story, I was teaching online virtual with another instructor, and she was talking something confidential, but I could still read her lips, and I had to text her, turn your camera off, because some people can read lips and they can understand what's going on, versus even there was no sound, I could still get the understanding of what was going on.
It's like no emotion. You can't show your emotions even. You go to the patient room. Before when I walked in the patient room, I smiled and I said, hello, my name is Manushak, I'm here for you. A lot of positivity. Now I have to probably play with my eyebrows. Hello.
Oh, and then what happens if somebody has Botox? Then it's frozen. I always naturally smile with my students. They can't see, so I say, just so you know, I'm smiling behind my mask. It's like a numbing one part of our emotion in some ways. So the next 2 weeks, my college is going on semi-virtual, depending on the class and the instructor and so on and so forth. But the stressful part is there's so much COVID right now. And sometimes people are asymptomatic, or it's a mess. The public school system that most of our students have their students in, they're virtual, I believe, for the next 2 weeks. So that impacts my students coming to my class, because if they have no childcare, they're going to miss their college class, which is understandable because they have kids at home they need to watch. but it impacts my attendance in my class then. So my kids are face to face. They have not gone virtual, but I know a lot of colleges the next 2 weeks are virtual. So
I don't understand what's going to be changed in the 2 weeks.
they're saying that the Omicron variant is peaking right now, or has peaked, and it's going to go down, and therefore it won't be as big of a threat or risk. So how about work? You're working in the hospital.
We are very busy in the hospital, extremely busy, and we are short of nurses and hospital workers. They don't have much transporters. They don't have much nurses, techs, CNAs. I don't know. I was told that some of the nurses just quit because mandatory vaccination. Mm-hmm. Some nurses and medical workers, they quit. Some of them went to agency because now is everything is picking. A lot of agencies, travel nursing, picking up, and they paying good money. Lots of younger generation who does not have yet families, they just went to travel nursing. The people like me who not interested in going travel nursing, coming to work, and they are paying double, triple amount of money, so people come and help them out. CDC before was saying 10 days off from work. Now they're saying that 5 days. And at work, for example, now if you don't have symptoms, you have COVID, you COVID positive, you don't have symptoms, you still have to come to work. If you have symptoms, then only 5 days. After 5 days, you coming back to work. So and I was working with the nurse all day long, and I did not know she has a COVID. But you know what? When we go get to the PICSs, like where our medication are, our fingerprint takes our fingerprint. So everybody puts their fingers. If she put touch her eyes or mouth or something, I'm touching same thing. Maybe she's asymptomatic, her immune system is good, but my immune system maybe is not as good as hers, and I can catch and be symptomatic.
And they're telling us, they're saying if a student tells you they don't feel well, tell them to stay home. They don't have to be COVID positive even, tell them to stay home. And I'm like, okay, I understand that, but I also see that can be manipulated. And you can continually tell the instructor, I don't feel well, therefore it's an excused absence, and you're missing all this course content or direct contact. I'm worried about the generation right now that's in elementary and high school and what the long-term impact's going to be, because they have gaps. There's going to be gaps. There's going to be missing components of education. There's going to be emotional, mental consequences.
So dear friends, let's find out what kind of animal Tanya's going to get.
She knows.
They don't know.
So I would like to get some baby lamb, two or three, one female, one male, and I would like to raise them from babies and onward. And along with those lambs, I would like to get a puppy. A puppy, why? I have 3 dogs because my 3 dogs are not trained. Although they are guardian dogs, they're herding dogs, they were not initially trained when they were puppies, and so they see it as a challenge and as a meal, unfortunately. And then somebody will say, well, then you can't have them together. No, they're separated. I have different sections fenced off. So I want to get this puppy so that the puppy can sleep with the sheep and monitor them and take care of them, because we have coyotes. I heard them really close the other day.
We do have a lot of coyotes.
But the other animal that she doesn't know that I want.
What?
She's gonna love this one. I want to get an alpaca, because an alpaca is a guardian animal of sheep. They actually keep coyotes away.
And then what will do with alpaca?
I told you she'd love it.
What do you do with alpaca? Milk them?
They literally just protect the herd. I mean,
That's
you can
it?
use their fur.
Okay. My husband said same thing. Joe told me last night, I think I'm going to get 3 or 4 sheep. I said, huh? He's like, yeah, I want to get it. I'm like, Joe, please, in the name of the Jesus, I'm asking you, don't bring me in the winter. Funny stories, this funny or not funny. Tanya, a few years ago, gave idea that she needs sheep.
Except mine was a grandiose idea. I wanted like 100 or 200 in the lot next to me so that I could shear them and make wool before I had sheep, and
Yeah.
they stink.
She gave that grandiose idea to my husband. Tanya did not got the sheep, but ask who got it. We got it. Joe brought this Leicester long wool sheep, and it's like this long, the wool. And then they are so difficult when they pregnant, when they giving a birth. If you're not there, the lamb, high chance, 90% chance they will die. And those darn sheep, they were giving a birth always 2 a.m.
I called her once when she was visiting her family in Russia. I'm like, Manushak, your sheep are having a good old time. You're gonna have a lot of baby lambs soon this spring.
I was in Russia, went to my niece's wedding. Joseph, because my husband said, we cannot have brother and sister love to each other. The sheeps, I mean. It has to be a different male from different family, female. Tanya calling and says, your male sheep is using all female sheep. It was October, month of October was. That means we will have in the winter babies. Yes, in the winter babies were coming. And I have to get up 5 a.m. to go to work. And 2 a.m. they start giving a birth. And what my husband does, Manushak, I don't know anything about that. You a nurse, you can do it. So I would get up and go. First of all, you have to cut that wool because that little lamb cannot find the nipple from the mother. So one day I said, I am not going there, Joe. It's 2 a.m. I'm not getting up. Go, you got those sheep, go get it. My son ran to me and said, Mama, come over here. I'm afraid Papa will have a heart attack. So Joe, he's like on his knees and he's trying to get cut the wool and put the baby to the mom's nipple. And he's he's on the knees and he's like making such a noise, Joe, like he's dying. I had to go and I'm like, get out of there, let me do it. It's too much, dear friends. It's too much. Are you going to milk your sheep down?
No.
Sheep cheese?
No thanks. No. I just want pet sheep. Fuzzy pet sheep. They're black. They have very unique wool. It's like a dark brown or black. It's a breed that can kind of maintain itself. It's hardy in cold climates.
Yeah, and they are smaller than other sheep, regular sheep.
The sheep I had last time, because I've had sheep. I had sheep after them. One sheep was just, I want to say the word, but I can't say it on YouTube. He was horrible. Every time I'd come in, he'd go ram me.
He was charging gun?
He was charging, and he left bruises. I'd have to take something in front of me so that he wouldn't come at me. Like, there was only certain people he would accept to be cared for, and it wasn't me. It's scary. They're so powerful. So, dear friends, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Stay with us. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, let us know how things are going by you, and we'll see you for our next adventure.
If you have better advice about sheep, we would love to hear from you.
She wants people to write, don't get sheep.
Or alpaca. I was thinking you're getting a llama.
Llamas are bigger than alpacas.
I know. And they spit like camel.
So does alpaca.
They spit on you too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Get a donkey. A donkey can bite. You know, my grandmother always says, animal is an animal. You never know what they think. So be careful with any animal.
Even chickens.
Rooster. Oh my gosh. I had a rooster jumped in the back of me and start doing this. Because they have their own language and they're different than humans can attack us. Animals, they are animals. But we love animals. They love us.
Except
God bless.
Sheep.
Was charging on Tanya.
Sheep was charging me.
She was saying, son of a daughter of a gun.
That sheep scared me. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, dear friends.